All right. I'm just here to poke fun and laugh at the LA Clippers signing Paul George. 5 years, $226 million. I'm laughing. I'm just cracking up because the guy is not worth that. The Clippers paid him like he was a top 3 player in the NBA, and he's nowhere near that. Not at this point of his career. It's hilarious to me. I was cracking up the entire time, I'm not even gonna lie to you, in a joking manner. I know people like, why you gotta say all that, man? What are you talking about? This ain't your team. This ain't your team. I'm like, well, it don't matter. It just, things like this is the reason why teams take forever to win championships. And my team is one of the teams that it's been a minute since they won a championship. It's moves like this is why teams always losing, like the Clippers. Why would you sign Paul George for that much money and that length of a time? The guy's what? He already 30? He already 30 years old or close to it? Like, come on, man. Come on. And then he already had a history of having injuries. You making no sense out here on what the moves you making. You making no sense at all. This is why the Clippers never win. And then y'all lost some key players off the bench this offseason. And then you lost your head coach in Doc Rivers. And then, like, you got no bench for real no more. You got Kawhi and Paul George, or George Choking Paul, or COVID-13, whatever you want to call him. His nicknames, Choking P, I don't know. But signing him for that length of time is hilarious. It's bad. It's probably the worst contract in the NBA. Now, if you gave Paul George a big contract, and he was like, this not like you signing the Indiana Pacers Paul George. It's not like you signing the Paul George that was, taking his team to the Eastern Conference Finals and playing against the Miami Heat in the early 2010s. This is not that Paul George. This is not that Paul George. It's not. It's not that Paul George. He's not that player. Now, back then, you could really argue he was a top 7 player in the NBA. You really can debate that. You really can say that. But now, he's not even in the top 12. He's not. He probably around 15, and I'm being generous. Like, yeah, he put up decent numbers in the regular season, but he doesn't show up in the playoffs. And you paid this man like he won the NBA Finals or something. Like, he came out balling. Like, no. He choked in the NBA playoffs in the bubble. Actually, he's been choking for years. He's been choking since his last couple years in Indiana. He's been choking since those times. He choked with Russell Westbrook. He got mouthed by Damian Lillard. He was getting mouthed in the playoffs. They was mouthing him all day long. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to sign him to this contract. But that's what happens when you're an incompetent organization like the LA Clippers. But that's pretty much what I got to say about that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you going to laugh at this? Are you going to congratulate this contract? Or what? Let me know what you think. I'm gone. Peace.